Welcome back. My name is Spencer, and if you're watching this channel, I'm gonna assume you did not just click upon it because this time I didn't put my fucking armpits in the thumbnail and use words like feminist and pickup artist and shocking truth. So I'm gonna call you who's watching, you're actually my subscriber. You are my homie, you're in my tribe, and I feel like right now I'm talking with you, I'm talking at you, I'm talking however it is that you come to this channel to be spoken with, to be spoken to, because I know that you are my true fan. And I really want to take this moment to just thank you for being there and believing in me, because when I first made my clickbait video, prior to that, I was a nobody. I was just some other wannabe with a YouTube channel, like I still am, obviously. And then I made the clickbait video, and then my subscribers went up into the 2000s, and I knew, uh-oh, that's not good. And I knew it. I was not fazed by it because I knew that's not good. Those are 2,000 people who only saw that video, and that video was raw and it was real. But if they're thinking that they're getting in this channel to hear some little white girl talk about pickup artist people, they're probably wrong, because there's so much more to what I want to give to the world and what I want to offer. So I continue to put out content and make the decision that I'm not going to pander to the 2,000 subscribers. I'm going to decide that there are two ways to look at it. I could feel really scarce. I could come from a place of scarcity and feel like I got to hold on to the 2,000 subscribers. I got to hold on, so I'll make another pickup artist video. And I did, I continue to, but only because my story is vast and it's longer, and I wanted to share that, but not to pander. So I could make these videos that I know the 2,000 subscribers want, or I can make the videos that I want to make and see those subscribers go down and down and down, and see the new subscribers that I do make, hi, by the way, thanks for being here, just like go up 1, 2 after making a new video. And like, that's real progress. That's slow, that's steady, and that's what I want. Because if you're here on this channel, it's because you want to hear what I want to say, and this channel for me in life is my only opportunity for creative control. So here I am, trying my best not to try so hard, trying my best to be myself, which is a really interesting paradox, but such is life. So today in this video, what I want to speak about with you, the person who has chosen to be in my tribe, is something that has been racking my brain, and this video won't be super clear because it's a new thought. And new thoughts, I have to dwell on them for weeks and months until it's potent and makes sense. And I only have a few of those polished thoughts in this world, and at this point I'm bored of them, it's overkill, and I've just internalized ideas to the point where it's almost like they don't even exist. But now I'm thinking about this concept called the flow state. Now, if you're watching this channel, you've probably heard and come in contact with people talking about the flow state. You might even watch my channel because you perceive me when I'm speaking to be in a flow state, which is a yes and a no. I'm also a good pretender, but I do my best to be vulnerable and raw when I can. Like, for instance, the people passing right now, because they're on bikes, I feel less insecure about speaking to a camera, but if they were walking, I'd probably trip a little bit because I'd get in my head. But I want to talk about flow states because, back to pickup artists, I'll just keep saying pickup artists so you keep watching. Pickup artists, feminist. Back to that, at these events that RSD hosts, what I'm doing is I'm not just consuming to be on the, hold on, no, whoa. Be on the wayside of like, wow, all of this new age stuff, wow. I'm not. I am learning tons, I'm experiencing a lot, and I'm growing in that very moment, and I'm witnessing amazing things in people, and I'm seeing people attend this community seminar event at all different levels. And people who think they're up here, but they're actually here, and people who think they're down here, but they're actually there. And I'm fascinated, and what I'm fascinated by, well, primarily it's because if you watch this channel, you'll understand that this is maybe a direction I want to go in my life. I want to go there. I want to teach. I want to help people the way others have helped me, and I've learned to also help myself and empower myself when I've originated from some pretty dark times, which I'll get into in future videos. Don't worry, hang in there. We're patient and we're here and we're together. So at these events, I'm also paying attention to the dynamic. I'm paying attention to how the amazingly talented public speakers address the audience, how they engage them, the different tools they use in speaking to spark attention. And I'm taking notes because I want to be that powerful. I want to be that influential. And I'm also taking notes on what are people racking their brains about? What are people fixated on? What is going on here? And what I discovered in different cities, so different audiences, what I discovered was a common question, and it actually baffled me. That was a really powerful it baffled me. And what it was how do you get in a flow state? Of course, these guys are asking, they think they're asking from a place of wanting to be good at game and approaching girls. Hi, I am in a flow state. Do you want to kiss me or suck my... That's where they're asking from. How do you get in a flow state? How do you know you're in a flow state? What is the flow state? People mention this flow state. What is it? How is it? What's going on? It's like the Loch Ness monster. Okay, so the flow is I believe it's a concept coined by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, and has been further written about and spoken about by other people, but I like to go to the original, the flow theory. It's a state that you enter when your ability, your potential, your ability, your performance is very much in line, just perfectly in line with the challenge at hand. So it's like you're out of a flow state, you're in a state of anxiety when the challenge is way too high and you can't quite, with your ability, with where you're at in life, it's a state of anxiety, it's not a state of flow. And a state of apathy is when things are so easy and your ability to perform in that situation is way too high that it's like, oh, fucking wake me up when this shit is over. So the flow state is the optimal state of performance. You know, theoretically, it's the optimal state of performance, and many athletes talk about tapping into the flow state. Many of those pickup instructors talk about being in the flow state when they're socializing and sharing. You could argue that when I'm in these videos, I'm in a flow state. You could, sometimes I'm not. Like I said, writers, whatever it is that it is their flow state, that's them getting into it when challenge and skill, they meet. They meet perfectly and they just flow. So why are all these guys, boys, because they tend to be boys, and I know people are asking, why are they asking, how do you get in the flow state? And what is the flow state? Because when I hear that, I'm like, what? Like, what, like one question, fine, but several people in different cities were asking about this, and I was wondering, what do they think the flow state is? There are these states of like, limitless potential. You feel like you could literally do anything. And why I made this video, what was the catalyst for this video, is that I feel that way as of yesterday. I kind of woke up feeling a little, I don't know, something's going on today. And I took small steps and I found myself in a flow state. And I felt like I could do anything. But I compared it to other things that I called the flow state. Things that are the sensation of being larger than life and being indestructible and looking much like that dude from the film Limitless. That is the flow state. That must be the flow state. I am not worthy of the fucking flow state. I'm only in the flow state when I'm on my snowboard, shredding it, super intense. That's a flow state. The flow state is when you're super intense, you're super hustle. So I hope you understand that I'm being a little bit silly. I'm trying to paint a picture about what I think people are seeing the flow state, the state of flow, the state of optimal performance to be. Because I once, and I sometimes do, think that's the flow state. That's only when the flow state qualifies to be valid. When it's like that, like when it's like what really intense athletes say it is, or really amazing Tony Robbins like people say it is. And I decided yesterday that I decided today. Yesterday was the flow state, and today was the aftermath of reflecting on the flow state. And I decided I'm fucking fed up with it. Let's just put the light over here. No. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with the glorification of massive wins and being this literally superhuman person who cannot be taken down, because that's not the big picture. That's not the full scope of things. It's not. Yesterday, what I had done was literally the smallest acts of anything ever that I have done ever. Small, in my opinion, small. Massive in how they paid off, huge, but small. Like sending a former friend who I lack closure with a couple of sentences of just like, yo, I'm checking in and I'm sorry and I love you. Small like that. And the payoff on that ended up being bigger than I could have imagined. And then I did more and more, and I don't want to get into it because it will reveal some of my own personal sticking points in ways that I'm not yet comfortable with, in ways that are a little too vulnerable for this video that's getting, again, too fucking long. Thanks for still being here again. We're gonna talk in the comments. If you're still here, I bet you want to talk, so we're gonna talk in the comments. Don't forget to comment. So what I wanted to say to these boys who were asking these questions about the flow state at the RSD events was like, what do you think it is? Why do you need these men with their beards and their status? Why do you need them to tell you that you've done it, little boy? You've tapped into flow, or girl, of course, because I'm that girl. Trust me, I am. You've tapped into flow. You have my permission. So I guess what's pissing me off is like, why are we only glorifying the people that conquer the crazy mountain, which is amazing, and I'm not trying to discredit that. Why aren't we giving a little more credit to spending our days doing what we normally do, maybe smiling a little more to a stranger, even if there's like no concrete payoff to such an action. Maybe just bringing a little more vibe to our lazy, shitty fucking jobs. A little more like, this job sucks, but I'm gonna be awesome. Maybe calling our grandmothers for the first time in a few months. That's a part of my story yesterday too. Doing these little things that carve out this silence and this clarity, so subtle. And what it does is strip away what I was feeling like a coping and a pretending. It was me pretending that I'm busy so I can't give that person a call. It was me pretending that I'm hurt so I can't send that friend that message. It was me allowing myself unknowingly, until I took these little actions, unknowingly allowing myself to be kept down by these super small things that at the back of my mind were loud voices in my head saying, you suck for not doing this. But I didn't really hear it until I kind of just took a chance and dove in. I kind of just listened to what I felt had to be done that day, in this case, yesterday. It was small. But I felt as high and higher than I do, and as I do when I am at those RSD events. When I am in this huge room of hundreds of people yelling and laughing and crying and hugging and jumping. You know, like anyone who got this far who doesn't like me is gonna say, you're a part of a cult. We can talk about that too. Those crazy surges of feeling and flow state, but it's huge and like your pupils are dilated and you're like, that is also a flow state. But when you only tap into those moments and value those moments and see those as the emotional successes of life, shit, man, you're gonna be deficient in energy. And I worry about you if that's the case. I worry if you only celebrate yourself in the moments where you climb that fucking mountain. I do, because I feel the same. I look out for myself the exact same way. And when you're watching and you like me, you enjoy me, it's because I'm literally talking to myself in the way that I've discovered how to truthfully love myself, and I will continue to do so. And that's what you're gonna see in this channel. What I'm working on in life, I'm 22 years old, what I'm working on is understanding when and how to deeply celebrate the moments of flow state. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. Look up his name, the flow author, and try to say it yourself. That's actually how you say it. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. It gets me in a flow just to say it. To celebrate these smaller wins, the smaller successes that create this vast clarity, that strip away these coping mechanisms, and even just sending a few sentences to an old friend, an old fling from years ago, and then having it met with a nice response, and then feeling gratitude for being able to share my apologies, and then breaking down in tears and thinking, I didn't know I was capable of feeling that way. I should probably look at this deeper. So this is a new thing I'm dealing with, I'm thinking about. This is new. I'm tapping into the flow to begin to even properly think about it. So what you've listened to is a stream of consciousness of the beginning of a bigger idea. And I'm gonna wrap up this video because that devices began over there. I want you and I want me and I want us to start celebrating those moments of presence. The moment of flow that is subtle and you don't actually congratulate yourself for getting there because it wasn't the, wow, Tony Robbins. Strike a balance and comment what the fuck this video made you think, because I want to talk with you. Thanks for watching.